I have a job, I have a life, and I can't be ill for months at a time. I have been through withdrawal from Suboxone even, but I wasn't on it for such a long period of time. And even having been on it for a couple weeks, I was still sick for like a week. I know having been on it for years, it would be months. And I just don't have the ability to do that. I, have to make money. I have to survive. So when I found out about Sublocade, I just started crying because it was a dream come true, that there was something that would allow me to be able to detox slowly enough to be able to function in the world. And thus far, there have been some difficult times, and I want to make more videos about those specific things. But overall, it has been the most amazing thing ever, because I have not had to take any sort of Suboxone in a really long time. And the feeling of not having to take something continually to be okay is awesome, because it's a mentality that I don't think is really healthy for past addicts. I think it's really great for me to be able to have a new iteration of how my brain functions. Now when I'm feeling bad, I can focus on things that are good to do rather than thinking, oh my God, what do I take? Did I forget to take what I need to take to be okay? I found a doctor, and I had this insurance called Friday Insurance. They have unlimited free mental health visits. But the second you have any sort of medication, any sort of like mental health medication or other type of issue, then you're screwed. It's terrible coverage. So I go there and they're like, this insurance isn't even going to do it. And I'm like, look, I want to do this no matter what it costs. I will figure it out one way or another. And she's like, you're probably going to have to pay up front if you don't have insurance that'll take it. And I'm like, yeah, great. Awesome. So I go home and I'm thinking, and I realize I have changed jobs, and so I could do a special enrollment period and get a specific type of health insurance that takes Sublocade. I went back. I was able to go ahead and get set up with it. I got, the specialty pharmacy. They went and they shipped it to the doctor. And then I find out that even though my insurance supposedly covered Sublocade, oh, they so didn't. They didn't. I don't know if they paid a single dollar. Maybe they paid a little bit, but they certainly didn't pay a lot. So I started to get bills for thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, I, at this point, have only had 3 shots, and I'm pretty sure that my bills were past $6,000. Like, I'd open the bill and be like, ha! Like that's gonna happen, because it wasn't gonna happen. But I'm like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna figure it out. Well, there is a company called In Support. So I called them. They said I had to do stuff online for it. Their online portal wasn't even working. I had to go back repeatedly until their online portal finally worked. And then it said that I signed up successfully, but yet I was still getting these bills. Then I call them up, and they somehow didn't have the right dates, and they had to backdate it. So when I talked to them, they were able to do that, but they literally told me that it wasn't applied to my actual payments yet. So then I had to call the company that was making the Sublocade, and they're like, oh, well, you probably shouldn't get your next injection until you make sure that it's covered, because you're going to be responsible for it. So they were really trying to scare me about this payment amount. And of course, I'm like, I'm just going to do it anyways. Full speed ahead. I keep getting the bills. Finally, I call back the In Support people, and I go, look, I've been approved. I've been trying. I'm still getting bills. What is going on? Turns out that they didn't even have it applied to the right time period. Then I called the people who made the Sublocade again, and I said, look, I talked to In Support. They said I was okayed. Why am I still getting bills? And then turns out they worked it out, and I owe $0. So the moral of the story is, don't give up. Don't be freaked out when you see these stupidly large bills, and just keep trying. Keep advocating for yourself, because it is very, very worth it.